I'm really excited about a new feature we just added to Appli-Quilt and Total Quilter, and that is the ability to export an Appli-Quilt block in an Applique format. And this is something that we've been asked about, and it really made sense to add another option. And what makes this option unique is that if you've done an Appli-Quilt block before, you can see that I have this block up on my screen. It's an Appli-Quilt block. Usually you'll cut a piece, it'll like kiss cut each piece so that one butts up against the other. So in this case you'd have like this off-white color here, and you would have it would be cut out around these shapes so it would fit inside of the area here, but it wouldn't be underneath of another fabric. So what we've done with the Applique version is we've made it to where you can select one of the colors you get to choose to be your base fabric color or the background color, and what that is going to be is it's going to be a complete square, and then the other pieces will fit on top of it. So it gives it a little bit more structure, especially when you're working with something like this that has a lot of these kind of sharp areas or kind of skinnier areas. It's nice to be able to put down, like in this case, a piece of white fabric first that goes underneath everything, and then drop these other pieces on top of it. And so when you create an Appli-Quilt block and you're ready to export it as an Appli-Quilt, you just need to make sure it is selected, and then you come up here and it's the third icon. So we've had Appli-Quilt, we added faux piecing in the previous update, and now we have export applique block. And it's very similar to exporting for an Appli-Quilt block, and I'll just show you when you click on it. The main difference is, the only difference really, is right here is where you get to choose the background fabric. So in this case you can see that the background fabric selected right now is this one right here, this lighter pink, which I don't really want that to be the background. I want the white. That's the largest area, and it makes sense that all the other pieces would kind of go on top of it. So all I have to do is click right here, and it's going to show me all the colors used in this design, all the fabric colors. I'm just going to choose this white one, hit OK. Now it's going to see that as being the base fabric when I go to export it. Okay, so I want to show you what that looks like in the preview. It's going to be kind of hard to see this white. Let's see if it shows up here. So when I hit print preview, this will come up showing me the block itself. If I go to next, it's going to show me the color sequence for stitching it out. I go to next again, it's going to show me this piece that it's going to cut out of the design. This is the white one. It's hard to see. Let me go ahead and close this, and I'll just change this color over to a different color. So I'll make it like a light gray or something like that. So let me go ahead and select it, and I'll even do it a little bit darker. I'll do it this darker gray just so we can see it in this preview. So I'm going to select it again. I'm going to go to the export, and this time I'm going to choose that gray, see it updated, hit OK, go to preview, and when I go to preview it's going to bring up the print preview. You can see it's given me that option of seeing it. So now you can see that it actually has that gray. It's all one piece. It's the size of the block with the seam allowance. Okay. When I go to next, you're going to see that piece that will go on top of it, this piece which was down in the corner, and then you have the two green. And so it just shows you that that's how it's going to be kind of created. Now I've gone ahead just to be able to show you what it looks like. I've actually created this block, and it came out really good. I'm very excited about it. I think it came out exceptionally well. So I'm going to bring up the images to show you how you would actually produce an applique style Appli-Quilt block. So here's an image of just mesh hooped, and you're going to lay a white piece of fabric down. That was my base fabric, and lay it down on top of the hooped mesh, and then I'm going to stitch the little placement lines for the different pieces. So it's going to stitch that on top of the white fabric so that you know exactly where to lay the other pieces. So, and the important thing to remember is that this white fabric is going to go underneath all of these other pieces. So it's going to give it a little bit more structure. I think people are going to really like having this option. Go to next. You're going to lay your pieces in place right over the little placement lines, and once you got them in place, then you'll stitch the rest of the design, and you'll see that that comes out very nicely. And I just wanted to show you that I actually did produce this and made it a 4 block sampler thing. And so I'm going to go ahead and hit next, and oh, and it didn't come up. Let me grab it really quick. Give me 1 second. Okay, here we go. So this was the finished product. After I got 4 of the blocks made, then I actually had some sashing placed in between. I think it came out really, really good. So just wanted to show you this technique of Appli-Quilt, applique version of Appli-Quilt. It's very similar to doing a regular Appli-Quilt. The only difference is you're going to choose a fabric to be your base fabric, and it's going to go underneath all the other pieces, giving it a little bit more structure. It's great to use on designs or block designs that are like this, that have some kind of smaller pieces that embed into others. So it's a very neat feature. I think you're going to like it a lot, and it's very simple to use.